On with the festivities. Now I'd like to introduce our president and the MC of our evening tonight, Dr. E.W. Emanuel.
It is great to see your faces. It's been a year of presidency where we had no official interaction. So I am so happy to see you all. So welcome and good evening. I'm glad that you guys could attend our 2021 annual meeting. I'd like to take a moment and thank our 2021 sponsors who've given us generous support, and they are Physician Committee for Responsible Medicine for sponsoring the opening reception. Thank you very much. Kirstiaan, our former DC council member. CEO, Bridgepoint Healthcare, Ryan Zumo, thank you. Chief of Staff, DC Health, Jacqueline Watson, Dr. Jackson Watson. Leslie Lau Smith, the Executive Director of MedStar Family Choice, District of Columbia. Attending physician of the United States Congress and United States Supreme Court, Dr. Brian Moynihan. We're very glad to have you guys. Now, I'd like to take a moment and present to you guys a few of our accomplishments, just a few over the past year, and also to share with you guys a brief summary of my experience and appreciation as the president of 2021. Despite the pandemic, we grew in membership. We are now over 3,100 members, active members, and we continue to grow. This year, we introduced a new segment, and that's the private practice physician. We also expanded our program for women in medicine and our early career physician section. Our MSDC members now have access to PERLA, right, which is a marketplace of service and contractors to support you in your practice. Our unconscious bias task force, we released a study this year examining areas of unconscious bias in the district and those practicing medicine. Despite our growth, we know that the future is now. In 2021, our board approved moving to a new tiered system. This allows us in the new coming year to give you more value for your membership. We celebrated our resiliency and remembered those who passed on. We held our first ever MSDC award ceremony this past spring. It was online, but it was our first. I was pretty proud of it. We also identified we recognized five actually accomplished individual and one important organization. We partnered with the Wendt Center to offer resources and programs for our physician programs, those suffering from moral injury due to the pandemic or losing someone because of the pandemic. At this meeting, we are publicly sharing our new year-round well-being app. I'm very proud of that. This will provide handheld wellness resources every day, available to you when you need it. And in the future, we will be making another major announcement. Our commitment to protecting health and well-being of our physician community, the foundation. We grew our physician health program, and we're helping more physicians who are suffering from addiction at a time where the service is desperately needed. We are partnering with government, private, and public entities. We work with DC Health. We created a DC COVID Clinical Champion program this year, where we brought our physicians to the community to help stop the spread of COVID, as well as to raise COVID literacy. We partnered with the Black Coalition Against COVID to win a grant to create an app helping to educate the Black and Latin population about the vaccine and their health. We raised the voice even louder of our position by influencing local policymaking. In the last council meeting, 15 bills that were supported by MSDC, and those that we did not support, which were not opposed, became law. We have 3 bills supported that will soon become law. We had 10 members testify before the DC Council. And in 2021, we actually raised the amount of those who testified. We brought them before the Board of Medicine sessions. We also brought them to other advocacy venues. Through the AMA Litigation Center, we joined successful amicus on housing policy during the COVID, and we are defending minors the right to choose vaccinations. We launched an advocacy curriculum. These are resources, programs, and articles designed to help physicians and students feel more comfortable advocating for medical issues. We had 3 council members this year meet with our members. It was done virtually, but it was part of our advocacy curriculum. During the last year, during our last medical licensing renewal cycle, we had a virtual help center, which helped our physicians complete their renewal process. And we brought to the news of DC's health modifying the CME requirements. This year, we're pushing for regional licensure and reciprocity in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. And this continues to be our top priority. I think those were good accomplishments, and there's more. I'd now like to take a moment and thank many of you. And I would say, like many of you, I've been practicing for 26 years, to be exact. I've been a member of the board 6 years and 1 year as president. I've never been more impressed to witness how, as a community, we've endured the challenges imposed upon us by this unprecedented pandemic. I've enjoyed, admired, and appreciated the resilience in each of you and what you've possessed. And I've come to truly appreciate the phrase, members move medicine. It's been nearly 365 days of fun times, challenging times, and everything in between. And today, as I officially pass the baton, I'd like to thank many of you. I'd like to thank the staff of the Medical Society, Robert, Rose, Pia, and Kimberly. You have been very supportive throughout my presidency. You've given me time to learn. You've given me time to adapt. I'd like to thank the Board of Directors for your cooperation and collaboration. It's been a pleasure and a privilege to have worked alongside colleagues who understand how to bring the best out in each other, recognizing none of us achieve success in isolation. And finally, I'd like to thank you for your support and your friendship. In the middle of your busy practice, many of you took the time to listen to me, to listen to my ideas. It reminded me that the most important element of any organization is the people. It's us, you and me, as individuals with heart, minds, and feelings. And for that, I am very grateful. Thank you. Oh, Phil Mendelson, you're here. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Now, I would like to announce to you guys our newly elected members of the board. So as I can find it. And as I call your name, please stand. Oh, yes, our president-elect, Dr. Susanne Bathgate. Stand. Our AMA delegate, Dr. Kirstiaan Nevin, please. Our AMA alternate delegate, Dr. Neil Bernard, please. Directors at large, Dr. Anthony Ebay, Dr. Ashish Patel, Dr. Desiree Pineda, Dr. Teresa Stone, and Dr. Doc Winston. Congratulations to all of you, and I also would like the entire board to please stand, introduce yourself to our members. Or raise your hand. Thank you. Now, I would like to introduce to you all the incoming president of the Medical Society of the District of Columbia, Dr. Kirstiaan Nevin.
Very much, Dr. Emanuel. Actually, come back and stand back up here. I think it's I need to present you an award here for you. I'd like to present you this award, this Gavel Award, in appreciation of your work this past year as the president of the Medical Society of the District of Columbia for your leadership and service. You've spent a tremendous amount of time and effort in this role. It's been an honor to work with you as our leader, and you've made the Medical Society stronger, and we really appreciate everything you've done.
Bravo.
All right, good evening, everyone. I welcome all of you and thank you for attending the 2021 annual meeting of the Medical Society of DC. I am encouraged that we can join together in person for this event and hope you have a chance to enjoy this wonderful venue at the American Institutes of Architects. I am honored to be installed tonight as president of your medical society and provide leadership for this organization's 204th year.
I'm sorry, I have to swear.
I
She has to become president first.
We'll put a hold on
So,
No one's videotaping that.
please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Kirstiaan Nevin,
I, Kirstiaan Nevin,
right, do solemnly swear that I will carry out the duties of the office of the President of the Medical Society of the District of Columbia
the duties of the office of the President of the Medical Society of the District of Columbia
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I will constantly strive to maintain the ethics of the medical profession.
I will constantly strive to attain the ethics of the medical profession.
I will dedicate myself
I will dedicate myself
and my office
and my office
to improving the health standard of the people of the District of Columbia,
to improving the health standard of the people of the District of Columbia,
to bringing improved medical care
to bringing improved medical care
within reach of each citizen.
within reach of each citizen.
That at all times,
That at all times,
I will uphold the Constitution
I will uphold the Constitution
and the bylaws
and the bylaws
of the Medical Society
of the
of the
Medical
District of
Society
Columbia.
of the District of Columbia. Thank you very much, Dr. All right. So I won't redo that paragraph. So like your past president, Dr. Raymond too, I also was born and raised here in DC. It is amazing to watch the changing growth of DC over the past 50+ years. I have been part of the medical community here since I began medical school at GW in 1988 and have witnessed incredible change over the decades. Where there has been great improvement and advancement in certain sectors, there remain other geographic areas and patient populations that have and continue to suffer. We, as the medical society, need to continue to advocate not only for our doctors and our health professionals, but also to remain the strongest resource for our patients. My goals as president include my intention to continue the hard work and effort of my predecessors. This includes strong support for the physician well-being programs. These include the Healthy Physicians Program, targeted to assisting with burnout and moral injury, and the Physician Health Program to help with addiction. Both are more important than ever with our ongoing struggle with COVID and the myriad of other issues negatively impacting healthcare and our ability to practice at our best. Strengthening our membership and potential creation of a structured mentorship program between experienced and younger physicians is another of my goals. I would like to see this evolve into a program gathering support from our early career physician section, women in medicine section, and general membership to foster group and one-on-one support. In particular, I would like to see stronger involvement of and support for our medical students and resident physicians through this mentorship. Again, I wish to thank you all for your continued support of the society and your personal altruism, strength, and resilience during these difficult times. Tonight, please meet, celebrate accomplishment together, and look to a brighter and better future for medicine and our patients. Let us all strive to make DC the very best place to practice medicine. Thank you. And I just wanted to also mention before we go on, we have in attendance Chairman Phil Mendelson, and we are very appreciative of his attending our event tonight and his work with the Medical Society. Say a few words.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. I did not come with a speech, so I'm going to be fairly brief. I thought it was very interesting when Dr. Emanuel went through the bills that are important to the Medical Society, because it spoke of the importance of us guys, meaning the political folks, meaning the Council of the District of Columbia, in the work that you do. And sometimes we get it right and sometimes we get it wrong. And I just want to say that the Medical Society of the District of Columbia is an important player, or should be an important player, in our deliberations. So the more that you are active, the more that you are outspoken, the more that we will hear where we are doing things right or wrong, or where we could be doing things a little bit differently and better. And that's so important to our legislative process. I happen to like lobbyists, and I don't mean by that those special interests, but I mean like you guys. You can applaud some more, because that's how we know whether we're doing something right or wrong. We have to hear the issues or what the arguments are in order to make better decisions. I mean, that's really true for all of us. So I'm just honored to be here and to address you for a moment or two, and to thank you for the work that you do. I guess I could go a little bit longer because, you know, we'd like to hog the microphone. I do have a past with the Medical Society. Some of you may remember this. I was digging into my recesses of my gray matter here. The Physicians Negotiation Act, any of you remember that? That was an effort to try to balance the playing field between you all and the insurers. We were not successful, but it really was a good fight, and I was proud to be working with you on that. So thank you again.
right, oh, great, okay. So the next part of our presentation is I would like to introduce Dr. Rosalind Epps, who is president of the Medical Society Alliance Foundation, and she's going to spend a minute or two to talk about the foundation activities. Please join us in welcoming Dr. Epps.
Good evening. The Medical Society and Alliance Foundation Incorporated, also known as MESAP, is a nonprofit organization associated with the DC Medical Society. The purpose of MESAP includes promotion of public health through supporting scientific and medical research and to provide financial assistance to students, physicians, and medical institutions. All members of MSDC and the Alliance are members of MESAP. MESAP manages several restricted funds and scholarships. The Sterling Ruffin Fund was established to support physicians in need, confronting personal and professional challenges. In 2021, MESAP released $30,000 to MSDC to support the Medical Society of DC Physician Health Program. This year, MESAP released $20,000 to MSDC's Wellbeing Committee towards the creation of a physician wellness app focused on the DC area. MESAP manages the Leon S. Gordon Memorial Fund and the Everett J. Gordon Orthopedic Scholarship Fund, which specify contributions to Howard and Georgetown universities. Finally, I would like to thank the MESAP board, Secretary Treasurer Mrs. Ellen Gold, Dr. Christy Hay, Dr. Victor Freeman, Dr. James Kobe, and Dr. Raymond Band. Special appreciation is given to the MSDC staff, MESAP Administrator and Executive Vice President Robert Hay Jr., Controller Rose Smith, and Director of Membership and Communications, Pia Durden. In 2021, MESAP contributed $58,000 to MSDC and community groups. MESAP looks forward to future awards and educational activities and your support. Your gift to MESAP supports MSDC activities and is fully tax deductible. This concludes the 2021 MESAP annual meeting, and I thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Epps. All right. Well, our meeting is now, at least the business part, is adjourned. Before closing, I want to thank the Medical Society's entire leadership team, the board of directors, the committee leaders, and the society staff for their dedication, their innovation, and their tireless work on your behalf. Thank you to the staff, Robert Hay, Rose Smith, Pia Duria, and Kimberly Pittman. Thank you also to all of our corporate partners and all the organizations that have provided support to the Medical Society of DC. And mostly, I want to thank you for taking the time tonight to be with us, either in person or virtual, and engaging with your medical society. Please answer our survey and tell us what more we can do for you. Also use our new MSDC app to connect with your colleagues. For our guests here in person, enjoy the closing reception. There will be live music, coffee, and dessert. Please keep mingling, make few new friends, and become emboldened to make a difference in the future. Thank you.